Hi, howdy ho there. This is a new video. We're playing The Binding of Isaac again. You might know that The Binding of Isaac is the first game I ever played on this channel. But that was just a normal run. Today we're doing a challenge run instead. And I say only one challenge run, but it's more going to be like a billion. Because we're not doing any of these kind of interesting challenges, or even some of these. No, we're doing this one. This one. If you know Binding of Isaac, you know what this is. You also know why it is the most miserable experience any human being can have ever. I'm only slightly exaggerating about this. I'm going to turn off the music. It is blowing up my ears. There we go. I know it's a bit boring without the music, but don't worry, you have me. You'll already notice the minimaps being a bit weird. You'll also already notice this. This is all because the April Fool's Challenge makes it impossible to tell what's going on, for one. All of your items are impossible to tell what you're going to pick up. More than that, all of your pickups are also shuffled, and sometimes you don't get anything. So, there's also that to worry about. I would turn the music back up, but again, for my sake, I have to turn it down because it's really, really loud. So I'm sorry you have to put up with that. Actually, you know, I could just turn my headphones down and do this the proper way. There we go. You get music now. Happy? So anyways, the map will never show you an accurate portrayal. More importantly than that is, let me change the sound a little more. More importantly than that is the bosses. They're all the same boss. Sometimes with a mild amount of variation as to the modifiers of that boss. But they're all the one guy. One miserable lout. The bloat. I don't like the bloat very much, which I think is the point of this. This is a variant of the bloat, the one with bombs. But, you see those eye lasers he just did? He can do those at his front and sides. Now you might think that's not so bad. It's worse, actually, than you think, because it's not just something he sometimes does. He does it whenever you go there, and he's not doing something else already. Oh, and those eyes. Oh, and that pool, you can't step in that either. So, there's that. Essentially, you can't go anywhere with the bloat. I just picked up a soul heart. It didn't do that. It didn't pick up, I mean. Not properly. It picked up as something else. Because that's how pickups are in this. They are randomized. Whenever you pick up a pickup, you get a random other thing. A lot of the time less valuable than the thing you were trying to grab. Spin down. I've never actually gotten spin down. And there's also a chance it's not even spin down. I don't remember if the shops also have randomized icons. If I can get the money for that, that'd be awesome. Thing is, you don't get any money in this, because all the coin pickups have a high likelihood to not be coins, and, well, you know. Everything else also doesn't have a guarantee to be a coin. Sometimes it's health, but a lot of the time you're at full health, you just don't get anything. It's awful. April Fool's is awful, but it's necessary because it gives some unlocks that are helpful for the base game. As well. Oh, another thing. Held items. All of their effects are randomized. That one seemed kind of normal, didn't it? It wasn't. It said what it was at the top, that it was a tears down modifier. But you'll see it actually gave the effects for experimental pill. Because they're randomized. Essentially, April Fool's is exactly what happens when you try to make your fanbase suffer. It is an epitome of human pain. I could not... Okay, this would be really good, if that's actually what it was. It wasn't... Okay, lead pencil's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. Because every few shots, that happens. Every 15, I think it is. So it's not the worst. It could have been much worse. Oh, also, heart pickups are also randomized. If you pick up a heart, it's still randomized what you get. But the worst part is, it's not like you can use that, therefore, to get, like, coins and things if you get a lot of heart pickups, because you also still can't pick them up unless you've lost health. It is... You can see why I don't like this. Very much. There are certain things that are consistent. Right? Very specific things that may or may not hold steady in the given circumstances. But it's still utterly miserable to trudge through. It is no exaggeration to say I tolerate this game mode. It is so awful to put up with, in fact, that I just quit. I tried doing it before, right, to get an item that would be really good for a certain character, but I didn't get the item because I couldn't possibly complete this. But now that it's a YouTube video, I have a motivation to see this through so that there's a satisfactory conclusion to the video. So there's that. I've got that going for me. You see what I mean? If I stand still for too long in front of him, it's not like standing behind him works, because he does that jump thing, and sometimes he backs himself up against the wall into completely, and then you can't move. See what I can't go in front of him. Otherwise he just does that. And he spits it out so quickly. It's such a pain. I hate the bloat, and every boss in April Fools is replaced by the bloat. Every single one of them. But the challenge is short. I'll give it that. The challenge is short compared to you know, some of the things. It's not as long as a base run. It's much shorter than a base run. Well, it's as long as a base run in the regular game. Oh, here's another thing. Active items. Also randomized. But that actually means getting a low charge active item is actually a good thing. Because it means that you can sometimes get really nice stuff when using an active item. Getting a no charge active item like Slot Machine or something like that, that's a real big win. So, Wisp's fine. Not the best thing to have with me, but I'm just going to blow this up. Because if you get a lot of coins, you also get sometimes a lot of health. There are a few ways to make this challenge easier, so to say, but they're not guaranteed, even in the slightest. And suddenly the game is freezing a little bit, just a little bit, on my end. Okay, so this is at least a normal bloat, who's a little more predictable, sometimes. Still has that laser thing going on. See, if you don't get good items immediately, you're just kind of not going to have a good time with this. Because the bloat, I'm pretty sure, isn't even supposed to ever be a floor 1 boss. For good reason, it's infuriating. And the fact that I have to take all this time to murder him is exhausting. And I'm not playing well either, because I'm more focused on saying things and telling you how terrible this is, as opposed to tolerating the terribleness through skill. You can call it a skill issue all you want. It doesn't change the fact that this is still bullshit. Anyways, I hope my Lethal Company videos, to everyone's liking. Okay, what does the belly button actually do? Oh, well, let me just see. Plus 0.5 sleeves. I was holding 2 trinkets. 2 trinkets, that's actually great. 2 trinkets is awesome. Trinkets are great. I love trinkets. I didn't used to love trinkets, then I got the ability to actually see what trinkets do, and it became awesome. Okay, what does the push pin do? Why can't I look at the push pin? Effect. Alright. Oh, that's Guppy's tail. That's an awesome item, especially for April Fools. Okay, finally some decent luck. Assuming I can actually get the money. And also assuming I get something offensive and quickly. Luck down. Okay, sure. Totally. Money, like I said, is very hard to come by in April Fools. Because 9 times out of 10, whatever you pick up doesn't give you any money. Sometimes it doesn't give you anything at all, too. That's another thing. Some of the rewards, sometimes, just don't. They just don't. This is exactly what I hate about this game. So this runs pretty much dead in the water. I got nothing that would actually help me with the first boss. E. coli. What that is actually going to do. Touching enemies turns them into poop. Okay, well that's only good if I'm willing to take contact damage, but I do watch videos, but no one ever actually explains what items do 9 times out of 10. They just mention how great they are. And you never really get a full idea of what's doing what sometimes. It's very... If I actually get some gold, I can go to the shops and maybe, just maybe, I can get something good. Alright. All pickups being randomized wouldn't be so bad if they at least always gave you something. Right? But they don't. 9 times out of 10, you get nothing. And the only thing I think is not randomized is trinkets. And also, shop items. That's it. Those are the only things that do not get randomized. And, well, technically, if you want to be that guy, all the bosses are the same, so they are quite literally nowhere near random in any capacity, but the bloat is so terrible that, you know what, I don't remember what this does. Let's check. Oh, you just get a bunch of range. Okay. It's not the best setup, all things considered, but it's not the worst either. I can work with this. The worst part about this guy is he's unpredictable. Right? Sometimes he'll just spam the same thing over and over again, and then he'll just snot. And there's no way to move sometimes. It's all very dumb. Deliberately so, I imagine. Just made to make you upset. This challenge is exactly what happens when a game developer gets the idea in their head that making people have to tolerate absolute garbage is actually peak comedy. I'm not insulting the developers behind this. It's actually a great game for the most part. April Fools is just such bullshit, though. I don't even know. I'm thinking of thumbnails. I'm thinking of putting a special amount of effort into the thumbnail for this video, just because... Okay, of course that's what I get, you know, when I just decide to randomly use a card. And also, I was moving weird, because my finger changed position on the keyboard without me noticing. I know it sounds weird, how does that even happen? But that's what happened. So, don't judge me. And just understand that I'm now in a room I have no reason to or desire to be in. Oh, another thing about the bloat. I can complain about this guy forever. He has a ton of health. Just an absolute metric ton of tank. It's just impossible to kill him quickly. So the room gets covered in stuff, and you can't really do anything about it. Other than sit there and look like an idiot. And all you have to do is just suffer. You're required legally to suffer playing April Fools. What does this do? Spawns a blue attack fly each time I just take damage. Okay, that's not too bad. It's not great. If I find something better, I'm replacing it, but... Nothing is reliable. You know, I struggle a lot on regular runs because of a few reasons. Sometimes I just play poorly. Sometimes I just have really bad luck. But April Fools is especially designed to make everything feel as unfair as possible. As I've mentioned, it's making a sport out of how upset you can get your player base at the game. It is a tiring process just to put up with this. And for what? I ask. Nothing. The answer is nothing. You don't get anything out of this. Alright, get over here, weirdo. Weirdo creature. Making the meaty, slappy sounds. I do hope that lowering my volume on my headphones hasn't also lowered anything else. Money equals debt. Okay, well, how do I get money, game? See what I mean? Even, like, usually really good items are just complete trash because of this game mode. Because this game mode is the way that it is. Okay, some coins, that maybe gives me some health. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Health is always good. Okay, are you just gonna do that over and over again, my guy? Are you gonna pull something else that's actually kind of original? Alright, there we go. Yeah, but if I can get money, because, like, if you pick up an item that gives you money or bombs or keys, you still get them, is the thing. So, if I do get money, I know it's not going to give me a key. Well, it's unlikely to give me a key. But it did. Okay, nice. Okay, at least it's the normal bloat, not the explosive bloat. Because projectiles are a little more predictable, and he's also just less of a bitch. In general. Still a bitch. Still an infuriating game design choice that exemplifies how terrible this challenge is. It baffles me that the bloat exists in the state that it's in. It's just the most absurd creature. And I always feel, ever since this challenge has made me miserable about this game, I've dreaded this creature. With my very being. How much have I been recording this? Okay, 20 minutes, yeah. About. Like, at some point my head just goes numb, and I start making really weird decisions, and doing really not good things. It is so awful to put up with this game at times. I didn't get a single key. I almost forgot about that. But maybe I'll get one here. Yep. Mega teas. Okay, that's actually really good. For the first time, I got a good item. Yes. Okay, that's nice, actually. I like that. Polyphemus. If I get some tier rate, I'm excited. Which was actually telepills for some reason. 15 bucks for 25 bucks. That would be great. Well, the oh, I wasn't doing a bit there. I just actually suddenly needed to cough for no reason. What was that? Okay, but as you can see, Polyphemus, very good. It's going to make this much easier. So that's nice. I need to pay attention to those floating eyes. They seem kind of dumb. They're slow-ish. They're relatively slow, and they don't do much damage, but they are problematic, because area control is a real thing that this guy does very specifically very well. This fat-ass, disgusting monstrosity. Oh, what's this? Blood clot. More damage. Well, okay, I'm pretty sure it just sometimes. Plus 1 damage and plus... Okay, so every second hit. Every second shot does more damage. That's actually pretty good. So finally, we're making some headway in this challenge. And, I say we. You're not playing this. You're watching this video probably expressly, if I decide to title it around it, to watch me suffer playing this challenge. But you get to watch me suffer and decide whether or not you even want to tolerate this. Okay, see, what's terrible is even with something that should be predictable, right? Like, Rune Shard should be normal-ish, but it still has a randomized effect out of every single single-use item in this entire game. I forgot. Pocket item, I think they're called. And with greater range, hopefully this will become better. But Polyphemus is doing an immeasurable amount of favors here. It is carrying this. Oh, it turned it into gold. Gold's actually great to get in a large amount, specifically because it then gives you a ton of pickups. And a ton of pickups is really good. If I don't take any damage on my main hearts, if I get a lot of soul hearts this floor, I'll get a devil deal. Devil deals can be awesome if you know what you're getting, which, if I remember correctly, I won't. I won't know what I'm getting. I'll just be a rag in the wind, praying for a safe returning, something like that. Did it do what it was supposed to do for some reason? What? And that said it was telepills, and it teleported me. But then again, the top bar said it was shot. Do the pills actually become predictable once you use them? Okay, that was the world. The world is actually pretty nice. The world... Okay. I'm in this room, so if I go up, left. You can use basically benchmarkers plus the minimap to know where you're going, but it does require some decent memory work to actually do that. Ooh, this is good. This is very good. If this drops a lot of coins, a lot of small coins, I can get some pretty good stuff. Nice, nice, nice. Even more coins? Nice, nice. Okay, this run's actually not too terrible. Tears up, damage down. Okay, well, actually, my damage is fine. Tears up in this case is a big improvement. So you know what? I'm fine with this. I'm actually, for once, fine with how this is panning out. I'm actually getting good items. It's incredible. It's YouTuber luck. And I'm not even that big of a YouTuber. It's usually so bad for me. I can't believe it. I had one run where I almost beat it. Like, literally. I couldn't show you because I didn't record it. But it was, like, within a millimeter of success. Not even an inch. A millimeter of victory. And it just I threw last second. For some reason, the sound's being really weird for me. Super. Okay, now Devil Deals are even better, even though I'm not going to get one. Because I took damage during the boss. If I can get something that increases my damage enough, I might... I bumped my mic there. Hopefully that didn't sound the worst. If I don't take any damage, which is not going to happen, by the way. I'm going to take damage. Ugh. All the throat things are happening to me all at once, specifically during this recording session, for no reason. So I'm pretty upset about that, but other than that, I mean, this has all gone pretty alright. Okay, I just finished that room, so I should be coming up. Yep. That looks about right with the map. Yes. And, up we go to Misery. To Missouri. Or both. Okay, okay. I don't even know what I was trying to do there. That was so bad. My god. What is the teardrop? Increases the chance of a luck-based shots to be fired. Equivalent to +4 luck. That's really good. Damage up, speed down. That's a big damage up, okay. Feel my wrath, disgusting creatures of the night. If I get soy milk, I think my damage would still be high enough, and soy milk would make this awesome. Is it soy milk? It's the... Oh no. Oh no. That's not... Oh no. The Wiz is great, right? It increases your tier rate by quite a bit. There's only one slight issue with it. You can't aim. Well, it's a lot harder to aim. It's a lot harder to aim than it would be otherwise. And against the bloat specifically, that's going to be a miserable experience. It is already a miserable experience. So I have to get in the diagonals of everything. Which would be fine. Oh god, I wish I could get PhD. That would be so good. Please? Oh, okay. No. Fortunately, I was not lucky enough for that coin to be an actual coin. I need health. I need health bad. If I don't get health, I might... what is a really good run, still, even with the Wiz being what it is. This run is awesome, and I don't want to lose it, so please, game. Give me health. Nope. Okay. At least this is still doing decently, and okay. At least I'm still doing decently enough, was what I was trying to say, but that... Okay. There we go. Health? Please, key, give me health. Bombs. I don't need bombs. I have enough bombs. I have too many bombs, in fact, possibly. One could say. Health? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. Dang it. Why'd this have to happen? Actually, hold on. Maybe it's a good thing that I can hit him diagonally. Because now I don't have to put up with that stupid fucking laser. if I can just dodge these eyeballs and the... I was about to say, and the, like, spread he does, but then I didn't. Oh, bad. This is bad. Actually, I don't even know if PhD does anything in April Fools. I think it might just be completely useless. What PhD normally does is it guarantees that all pills that spawn will have positive effects, and it also reveals the pill effects, which is awesome. Except, well, you know, I explained it weird. It actually replaces old negative pills with their positive counterparts, which can sometimes be kind of just a thoroughly mixed bag type action. Alright, so let's see. Regular treasure room. What did I get? Friends. Okay, that's actually kind of nice. An extra bit of damage. Actually pretty sick. And he's happy too. Look at him. Not a care in the world. Good for him, you know. Kind of wished I'd get another bomb. And also, he has piercing, which means those dumb eye things, which can block my regular shots. I just kind of okay. They can't block his shots, my little buddy's shots, so that means he can also get through a little easier. Assuming he even hits. And assuming I can get into a position where I can hit this guy. You see, right here, this is a good position to be in, because he's just sucking at everything. And then, oh. This is the most irritating creature ever. I know that this video's gonna be 90% me complaining about the bloat. I just know it. I know already, because it's already happening, that this video is mostly just going to be me complaining about how awful and terrible and miserable the bloat is, and why I think it's a terrible boss that shouldn't be in the game. Or, really, I've already given you my reasons. It's just impossible to get away from him. Unless you can kill him quickly, it's just awful. Oh, what do I get? Controlled tears. Oh, that's okay. It also gives me an attack speed increase, so that's nice. Okay, I need to not take okay, never mind. I forgot the pickups are randomized. Ooh. Oh, yes. Oh my god, yes. I'm getting some awesome stuff. And the sun was actually the sun. Holy shit. That went nuts for like 5 minutes. Oh my god. Yes. Now I need to just collect gold so I do more damage. And the holy water is great because it has a freeze effect if it splashes on someone, which means yes, the game actually just suddenly turned around for me completely. Yes. Look at this. That was so good. And the holy water regenerates every, like, it takes a handful of seconds to regenerate, so, and once it does, if I land it on him again, Look at that. More HP. Oh my god, yes. And 2, that means... Oh my god. Yes. Temporary damage up. Okay, it doesn't... Its effects are randomized, so it... It still does the book graphic, though. That's cool. That's actually cool. I just hit my mic again, because I had to wipe my face. Alright, let's go. I now kind of have a lay of the land, just a little bit. That was spin down. Spin down can be great. I've never actually gotten the item itself and gotten to use it in a consistent environment, so I can't tell you whether or not I personally like spin down very much, but it can be awesome if you know what you're spinning down, because spin downs are always the same in terms of item ID. If I remember correctly, it just changes any pedestal item into another pedestal item by shifting down the ID number by 1, which for some allows you to get some awesome materials. One unique thing about the April Fool's Challenge is actually, that was a wooden penny. Alright, this run's actually going awesome. Ooh. Oh, that... Okay, I can, just get a bomb. Hopefully, it'll be easy. Please. Bomb. Nope. Alright. You know what? I might actually be fine with not getting any items. I might be fine not getting any treasure room items this floor, because it's just going so well. Alright, there we go. Dead. Oh, I got a devil deal. And an HP up. Nice. Eternal life. And watch your back. Okay. Guppy's Collar is great. There's just a 50% chance that you don't die when you die. I don't remember April Fool's having this many rooms. I thought it was one of the shorter ones. I was wrong. I wasn't looking at that bar before. Now that I have, I think I'm sad. I might be slightly depressed. Actually, no, depressed isn't the right word. What did that even do? I have no idea. I have no way of knowing. 9 times out of 10. Okay. I might... If I don't get health soon, then this amazing run might very well come to an end. Okay, come on, regeneration. Nope. Okay, what did that do? I have no idea. I might have just wasted that. That's not my fault. And that time it did what it was supposed to. Or did it... Was that a permanent... Oh, that was permanent. Oh, that's nice. Why did I shut up for a little while there? My bad. You came here to listen to me talk, presumably, because that's the only thing I'm good for. This is a long video, but you know what? That means this is the last run I'll be doing. Probably. And if I succeed, well then, good for me. Alright. Oh, yes. Yes. Necropolis. This is where we would usually fight Mom. Ah. Faded Polaroid. What is the Faded Polaroid anyway? Isaac gains camouflage for a few seconds at room intervals. Oh. What did that do? I didn't look at it. I know what temperature is supposed to do. That's not what happened. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't remember what number 2 does. I could check. I'm not going to. But I could. I was hoping for mass damage, but nope. Oh wait, that's what number 2 does. Alright. There is... Oh. lot wrong with this game mode usually, but I've gotten the best run I've ever had. Oh. Oh, that's what number 2 does. My god. That's not amazing. You know what? It's fine. As long as I keep moving, I'll be okay. Oh. Yes, look at that. Shredded. Oh no, oh no. Oh no. I don't think I want to take that deal. I need help right now. Coins? Something? Anything? I'm very worried. About this all of a sudden. Okay, I could just run around. Alright, please. Be nice to me, game. You remember all the time we've spent together? Please, Guppy Scholar. Yes. Okay. How did I... Oh no. Okay, what does Mum's Pearl do? Okay, increased chance for soul hearts is actually pretty sweet. I'm being very absent-minded. I'm listening to a guy have a panic attack over a shitty Sonic RPG. Who? And which? Okay. That was great. Guppy's Collar only has a 50% chance to activate, so if it doesn't, you're just kind of shit out of luck. Boom. Bump. Okay, some health. That's it's actually not too terrible. Oh, free soul heart. Okay, finally some health. Ow. Yes. The run's finally... I was panicking for a little bit, but the run has gotten back on track, so... I'm not upset anymore. I'm not scared anymore. You can't hurt me anymore, game. I'm finally free. I'm not gonna trigger that. Not yet, anyways. It's more worthwhile to just... go get the treasure room item. Hopefully it's a good one. But if it's not... Oh, is it based on shots? I never even considered that. It might be based on how much I'm shooting. That other thing. Okay, Outbreak's not terrible. Actually, Outbreak's pretty nice. For regular rooms, not for bosses, if I remember correctly. I can just check, but I'm not going to. Because I've already been checking a ton, for no good reason, so... Okay, 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 okay. Game, sure. That's fair. That's very fair. Okay, but that's what Outbreak does. It creates a poison effect. And then it lets the poisonous effect spread. And spread. And spread. And then, it can clear rooms sometimes. Other times it doesn't, but, you know, doesn't need to do it every time. Room damage? Nope. Okay. Okay, these stone statues are also just so infuriating. The positioning of this is making me angry. My set of circumstances are rather frustrating. Especially when one considers there's no real way to work around this. There's no I guarantee that the hosts, that's what those little guys are on the ground, they're called hosts. And they suck, and I hate them. Two blows. Double blow. Really game. That's fair. That's okay. I'm miserable. I'm upset. I'm depressed. I don't have more time for this. I actually just don't. So, bye, I guess. Fuck, that was awful.